Hi, today I'd like to show you a resource that will help you to identify different treatments for autism and be able to compare which treatments are going to work best for you and your child. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen. The website that we're going to go to today is called ASAT Online. So you see it right here. It's ASAT Online. So I'm going to select that. It's the Association for Science and Autism Treatment. So if you go to their webpage, this is what you're going to see on the homepage. And this has got all kinds of really great stuff on it. What I'd like to bring your attention to first, however, is the ability to search the research behind different treatments that are available. So I like to find this under parents and educators. So if you click here, you'll see this is the tab for the parents and educators. And if you go down to the treatment section here, you can click on treatments, and then you're going to find this, which is treatments in alphabetical order. So there's some other really nice features here, like making sense of autism treatment. So it teaches you a little bit about, how to weigh the evidence. So it can educate you. There's a few different tabs here to talk a little bit about, what you might be looking for with that. And some other things like recommendations from experts and blah, blah, blah. But what I'd like you to do is focus on the treatments in alphabetical order. So if you take a look here, there's two sections. One is the psychological, educational, and therapeutic interventions, and the other one is the biological interventions. So depending on what you're looking for, you can click that section. So when I click the psychological, educational, and therapeutic interventions, I come in alphabetical order across many different treatments that have been basically discussed as treatments for autism. So I can look through all of these, or if there's a particular treatment that maybe somebody has recommended, then I can go and take a look at that specifically. So for example, if I wanted to know a little bit more about facilitated communication, I could click on this. And then it's going to bring me to a page, which is going to basically describe what this particular intervention is. It's also going to give me a summary of the research. So with specific citations and then recommendations from the panel. This panel is made up of a lot of researchers, including parents and parent researchers, and they have done the research for you. So again, the description to tell you a little bit about what it is, what research is available and what the research finds, and then what the recommendations are. So for example, it says facilitated communication is not an evidence-based intervention for individuals with autism spectrum disorder and should be avoided. So it really does also add some guidance. Furthermore, there's additional citations here that you can take a look at if you want to read the articles yourself, or if you want to, try to identify, what is going to be best for you. So you can certainly, search any of these with whatever search engine. Sometimes if you're not somebody who has access to a library, like through a university or whatnot, then you may have to pay for some of these articles. But if you wanted to do that, there's a couple of options. You could click on the highlight, which will tell you, okay, here is one of the articles, and then here's the abstract for that article. You can actually, looks like this one is available potentially. So no, actually, if you want this one, you have to pay to download it based on that. Some articles are going to be available at no charge on the internet. Some you won't be able to do that with. So if that doesn't work for you, like it doesn't have this doi.org website to click, a lot of times if you just highlight whatever the article is, you can also add this into your search engine. And then often you will then be able to come up with the article that you're looking for. So here is that same article. You can click on PDF and see this one I'm not sure. Yep, this one is also a for charge articles. So a lot of them are going to be because they're research articles. But again, if you have access to a library, then that could be a way to get access to that. So If we go back to our main list, we can also take a look at, there might be biomedical interventions. So for example, cannabis and marijuana has been something that people are talking about quite a bit with autism. So if you want to know about this particular intervention, same thing for all the biomedicals. It gives you a description of what that is, and then some recommendations and some literature associated with that. So this is how you would search for a variety of different treatments. They do pretty much keep this up to date. Some other interesting things that are also available, if you just want some basic information about autism, then, there's a lot of information here. Medical professionals, there's some support for different medical professionals, different guidance documents and things like that, as well as this is a great new parent information packet. So if you're working with families that are new to autism, or if you think that the child may have a diagnosis, there's a lot of information here which can help determine that. So I hope you find this useful and that it becomes a lot easier to search for different treatments and decide whether or not this treatment is going to be something that's going to work for you, the children that you're working with, or if you're a parent for your own child, as you're evaluating different treatment approaches.